Pete Gustis with the smallbusinessresourcecenter.com with a very important question people have been asking about the economic injury disaster loan emergency advance. And that question is, who's got my money? I'm sure a lot of people have been asking this. I did a lot of research. As soon as I heard about the program, I actually got the paperwork, the sample paperwork, and the other paperwork. If you saw my other videos, I will have a video on how to apply down below in the description. But what ended up happening is I applied. I did the online application after I had the paper application filled out, and it said I would get a loan advance up to $10,000. And it also says that you would be getting that in roughly 3 days. It says this advance will not have to be repaid. And it's been over a week and I don't have it. I'm also going to go over some other questions and how to apply. So, who's got my money? Is it the SBA? Is it the Treasury? And why has it not been released? Not really sure, but I'm going to answer a lot of other questions in this video. So stay tuned. Right here, all the links will always be in the description as always, but you can get the PDF version or the text version of HR 748, which is the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Relief and Economic Securities Act. Couple things that I wanted to make mention because of questions that I had. First of all, it's should I apply? If you're an independent contractor, gig worker, which means somebody who does small jobs for people, self-employed, small business under 500 persons, and single member LLCs, pretty much any small company or self-employment independent contractor should be able to qualify, freelancers. So that's the first question. And the one thing that you have to look at, if you're not familiar with PDFs, you can actually search anything. So we're looking at this part. I got to look at my notes here because I took a lot of notes. When we're looking at payroll, it's one thing that's important because you're, of course, not allowed to use the funds for anything that you want. But if you're using it for payroll and you're self-employed, we have to understand what the definition of term payroll is. So I searched payroll, wages, salaries, commissions, compensation. So if you're calculating, and it says no more than 100,000 in 1 year prorated. So if you're calculating payroll, if you have your form here, which I had in my other PPP video, if you're single member LLC, independent contractor, sole proprietor, should be your gross commission income or your 1099 MISC. And so if you calculate that out and you have your number here, that is what payroll is. The other thing that you have to realize is if you use this for the stated information, the $10,000 advance or the loan that you're getting, it actually, if you're using it for payroll, you do not have to pay it back. So understanding this, you have a huge opportunity here. If you fall into the category of somebody who's been experiencing temporary difficulties due to the coronavirus or other disaster emergencies, you can get the $10,000 loan advance and it does not have to be repaid, as long as you're using it for the correct things. If for some reason they do qualify you for more than the $10,000, you do not have to accept it. If for some reason it's automatic, which I don't know, I don't see anywhere that states whether it is or is not, all you have to do is repay it back. There is no prepayment penalty. So I think it's a great idea to have a safety cushion when there's a time like this, but this is for you to decide. Keep in mind my other video on how to apply and make it easy will be in the description. Of course, you can see here that it does say independent contractors report 1099 MISC. So if that's considered payroll, you would have no recourse once again. As long as you use it to pay yourself, you should not have to pay this back. This seems like a loophole. Maybe they didn't realize what they wrote. Maybe I'm just reading things too much, but I think this is an incredible opportunity if you can fall into this loan program I'm not saying take advantage of the government, but I'm saying this is an opportunity that if you need it and you're worried and you're worried about having to pay a loan back, you actually don't. No personal guarantor, no prepayment penalty if you do have to pay it once again, and you're using it for qualified funds, so you don't have to pay it back. Can you pay it back? Yes, you can. There's no law that says you cannot pay it back. More than likely, just like with the others, I expect some type of audit to show that you use this for the funds. But if you fill out the form correctly, calculate your payroll, and then you pay yourself with the funds, sounds like you fit into the category of not having to pay the loan back. Ding! So it makes a perfect sense to take advantage of this. I know some people have said, well, I don't really need it right now. They started with a 15 days to slow the spread. Then they went to 30 days to slow the spread. What happens in 30 days if they extend it again? Will that then you might need it? You know, the one thing about these funds too, Department of Treasury, he said that they're going to extend funding if they need it. So at first there was a fear that it might run out. You have until December 31st to claim any funds if you do need them, but I wouldn't wait. You know, why wait till your funds run out and then say, hey, I'm going to try to apply for this. I really need it. I would say need it now. If you don't want it or need it, then just return the funds immediately. There's nothing that says you can't pay it back. So that's number 2 question. Should I get it even if I don't need it? Use of funds, I covered that. Also, the thing that you have to keep in mind is this is not like other traditional SBA programs because this is non-recourse. This basically does not require you to have a personal guarantor, which a lot of times that you have, and also it's non-recourse. So the definition of non-recourse, notwithstanding the waiver of a personal guarantor requirement or collateral. You don't have to put up any of your collateral. You're getting the funds. If you need them, great. If you don't need them, return the funds. If you just get the $10,000 cash advance grant, which is supposed to be in your account in 3 days, you know, you can use that. Use it for payroll. Use it to sustain your business. Use it to pay certain debts that you need. And keep in mind, if you decide you want to pay it back if you don't need it. Like I mentioned, why should you wait till the last minute and then find out, well, you know, now I'm in trouble. I talked to other business people already that have been in trouble, got them the information. The links will be in the description. And, well, now they're waiting too because they've applied and said, well, when am I going to get this, Pete? And I said, well, it's supposed to be in 3 days, but it's been over a week for me and I don't have it. So, and I know other people that I've sent the link to, they applied and nobody has told me they've received anything yet. So SBA, you know, where's the funds? I don't know. Department of Treasury, where's the funds? Can you tell us? The one thing I wanted to make mention, and maybe it's my own fault, I'm going to have the link for the application and the video I have on how to apply. This says it takes 2 hours and 10 minutes to apply. I think if you watch my 8-minute video, you probably will take you 10 minutes to apply, maybe even 5, because I had a lot of people that I've helped do this, and it took probably about 5 minutes. They were just surprised and said, what do you mean I'm done? I said, well, you know, you listened to me and now you're done. But if any of you have an opportunity, if you can call this number, 800-659-2955, and you applied, if you can comment below, just let me know what the status of your application is and what the concern is as far as release of the funds for the SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan Emergency Advance. And the reason why is because when I applied, I saw the thing that says you'll get an email. I'm the type of person that likes to keep everything in email, so I just thought they were going to email the information. I did not write down my number, so I actually just don't know what it is. So as far as calling, I don't know if it's going to be more problematic, and I'm hoping this number's not backed out, because when I did call Monday, I think this was the exact number I called because they have multiple numbers. I was 120 2-second caller, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be on the phone for all day. And I actually didn't, that was the fourth call. I didn't wait for the fourth call. That's too long to wait. Anyways, Pete Gustis Small Business Resource Center. Like, subscribe, and share this with other people you know. I'm also going to update 2 other videos that I did not put, and that's going to be the emergency bridge loan and the debt relief programs. So those 2 programs are also going to be in. They will be covered in my other videos today. The other question I wanted to answer real quick before I go, is this a grant or is this a loan? Keep in mind what I stated before. This is defined as a loan, but under certain conditions, you do not have to pay it back. It's almost like a grant, basically. So you take the advice for what it is. If you have other questions, let me know in the comments below. If you did make the phone call, let me know what they said about your funds, because I'd like to know. I personally don't. Like, subscribe, share this with friends. Good luck, and I hope everything gets better for everybody.